That is the field before the lines and bases are put down. The grounds crew performs the same ritual for every game on every field, laying chalk lines, putting down bases, mowing the outfield. It's as timeless as the game itself, and it's all in anticipation of two words: play ball.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the 2019 Junior Boys and Dixie Boys State Tournaments. It's a sunny day out here at Oscar Frazier Park in Bluffton, South Carolina. We're thoroughly happy to be here and hosting this tournament for everybody this week. This first game of the Junior Boys State Tournament is the visiting team from Lexington and the home team from Lancaster. Sorry about that. I didn't have time to write everything out, so I have no lineup or anything. Yeah, I don't have a sheet. Sorry, everyone, trying to figure out how to have the lineups here. Starting pitcher for the home team from Lancaster today is number 5, Will Rape. Give you a lineup rundown real quick of the Lexington All-Stars. No, the shortstop, number 8, Hunter Hoffman. Batting second, the left fielder, number 5, Bradley Vest. Batting third, the second baseman, number 21, Nick Romanoli. Cleanup, center fielder, number 25, Landon Alexander. Batting fifth, number 42, third baseman, Bristol Shannon. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 13, Blake Going. Number 18, William Matthews. Batting eighth, right fielder, number 2, Cameron Miller. DH, number 19, Tyler Bird. And the pitcher, number 12, Todd Foster. And number 36, Milton Johnson. It looks like we're just about ready here for the pitch.
Hunter Hoffman.
Leading off will be number 8 for Lexington, Hunter Hoffman. Happy to share some of these bios of the players that are playing with us this week. Unfortunately, not every team turns them in. First pitch is swung on and is fouled off softly to the left side for strike 1. Yeah, not all teams will turn in bios, so bear with us. If I know Lancaster, I'm sorry, I never got any bios from the Lancaster Dixie Boys team. Here's the next pitch, and it's lined to right field, and that will get down for a base hit. So the leadoff batter is on for the Lexington All-Stars.
Next up to bat for the Lexington.
And now coming on to bat will be number 5, Bradley Vest. Nice piece of hitting there by Hunter Hoffman, the shortstop for Lexington, who wants to be a professional baseball player when he grows up. Here's the pitch. They call time. Looks like there was a balk. So the shortstop, Hunter Hoffman, takes second base on the balk. Looks like the pitcher's ready, and here's the pitch. Swung on and laced to the right side. That'll get in for another well, hold on a sec. Right fielder makes a bang play and throws out the batter at first base, Bradley Vest. That was a great play by the right fielder from Lancaster.
Number 41, Nick Romanoli.
Now stepping to the plate will be number 21, Nick Romanoli. Here's first pitch to Nick. In there for strike 1. Nick's favorite food is pizza and favorite movie is Talladega Nights. Favorite baseball player is Mike Trout. Here's the next pitch to Romanoli. In there for strike 2. So quickly the pitcher, Will Rape, is ahead of the hitter 0-2 here. 1 out on the top of the first. No score yet. Here's the next pitch. low for ball one. So 1-2 count here to Romanoli. They do have a runner on third base. Bradley Vest, leadoff single for the Lexington All-Stars. Swung on and missed, and that'll be strike three, and that'll make it 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Bradley Vest, whose favorite food is hot dogs, the movie is The Goonies, is on third base. Next up to bat for Lexington be number 25, Landon Alexander. Looks like Landon's ready and Will's ready to throw the first pitch to Landon, and here it is. All-speed pitch in the dirt, gets by the catcher, but the runner on third will stay put. Landon wants to be an engineer when he grows up, and he likes playing the piano, hunting, and fishing. Looks like Landon's got a lot of talents. Here's the next pitch to Alexander. Low and in the dirt for ball two. 2-0 count now. 2 outs, no score here in the top of the first. First game of the 2019 Junior Boys State Tournament. Looks like both the hitter and pitcher are ready. Here's the pitch. Swung on and laced to right center. That'll get down, and a run will score. Center fielder does get over in time to hold Alexander a single, but that's an RBI single, and the first run of the tournament's on the board. Lexington leads 1-0 here in the top of the first. Now stepping in the batter's box, number 42, Bristol Shannon. Lexington. Looks like the pitcher Will's ready, and here's the pitch, and it's low outside. Nice play for the catcher for Lancaster. Brody Sanders makes a nice stop to keep the runner from first to advancing. So 1 out count here on Bristol Shannon. Here's the next pitch, low again. 2-0 count now on the hitter. Bristol's favorite song is God's Country by Blake Shelton. Next pitch is in there for a strike, so 2-1 count now with 2 outs. Top of the first inning here from Oscar Frazier Park, field 3. Lexington leads 1-0. Next pitch is chopped to the left side. Third baseman's going to come and try to make a play, but it will not be in time. Infield single for Bristol Shannon, so now runners on first and second. 2 outs here in the top of the first. Lexington look to add to their 1-0 lead.
Currently now batting for the Lexington All-Stars, number 13, Blake Goins.
Now on the bat for Lexington is number 13, Blake Goins, the third baseman for Lexington, whose favorite player is Brian McCann of the Atlanta Braves. Here's his first pitch, and his handcuff Goins there, but it falls safely out of play. So 0-1 count, 2 outs here, top of the first inning. 1-0 lead for Lexington, but they're looking to add to that. Runners on first and second here with 2 outs. Next pitch, barely misses the outside corner. So 1-1 count. Next pitch low inside for ball 2. 2-1 count now on Goins. Beautiful day out here. Not a cloud in the sky, but it is going to be a hot one. Hopefully all the fans stay hydrated. Here's the next pitch, and it's roped to the right side, but it's right out the right fielder. He makes a jumping catch for out 3. But not before Lexington takes the lead after the top of the first. Score is 1-0. We'll move on to the bottom of the half. We'll see you in a minute. You're on the County Channel. All right, we're back for the bottom of the first inning here. Field number 3, Oscar Frazier Park in beautiful Bluffton, South Carolina. Lexington took a 1-0 lead in the top of the first, but Lancaster's now ready and about to come out of the bat. I'll run down through Lancaster's lineup real quick. Leading off, number 7 playing right field, Mason Deese. Batting second, the shortstop, number 4, Jaquin Espinoza. I apologize if we pronounce any names incorrectly. Excuse me, Joaquin Espinoza, I apologize. Batting third, number 23, playing first base, Tannen Sellers. Batting cleanup and playing second base, number 9, Hunter Gainey. Batting fifth, your left fielder, number 6, Banks Helms. Number 22, playing third base, Jeremy Dawkins. Number 5, pitching, Will Rape. And number 21, playing center field, Kylan McCormick. And catching, batting last, number 17, Brody Sanders. It looks like we're ready for the first pitch at the bottom of the first. Here's the pitch, and it's low and outside for ball 1. Pitching for Lexington, number 12, Todd Foster. I'll go ahead and let you know the substitutes for Lexington. Number 14, Roman Plyler. Number 10, Colby Waits. And number 1, J.T. Gainey. Next pitch in there for a strike. Swung on and missed. Might have been tapped, but 1-1 count nonetheless. No outs here in the bottom of the first. Looks like Foster's ready, and here's the pitch. Way low and outside for ball 2. 2-1 count. Pitcher Tyler Foster also plays outfield for Lexington. Favorite player is Pete Alonso. He's a big New York Mets fan and wants to be a professional baseball player when he grows up. Here's the next pitch coming for Foster. High for ball 3. So quickly down 3-0 on the batter, Mason Deese, the right fielder, he had a lot. He was real busy that first inning, all over the field with Lexington having 3 to 4 hits in that first inning. Here's the pitch, hit hard to the left side, and that's past a following shortstop. Left fielder quickly gets to it and throws it in to hold Deese to a single. So leadoff single as well for the Lancaster All-Stars. And stepping to the plate will be number 4, Joaquin Espinoza. So Lancaster looks to try to cut this deficit completely here in the bottom of the first. Already a lot of hard hit balls here on Espinoza squaring around the bunt. There goes Deese to second, and he'll slide in safely for a stolen base. So it looks like a little fake bunt there to confuse the pitcher and catcher and get Deese over to second. So now he's in scoring position. 1-0 count on Espinoza. Foster's ready. Espinoza's in the batter's box, and here's a pitch. Swung on, hit hard up the middle. That'll get through. Deese is rounding third. Let's see now. The third base coach will hold him. So now we have runners on first and third after the single by Joaquin Espinoza. So we got runners on the corners, first and third for the Lancaster All-Stars. No outs here in the bottom of the first. Step into the batter's box be number 23, Tannen Sellers, the first baseman for Lancaster. Again, I apologize. We do not have any player bios from the Lancaster Junior Boys team. Foster's looking in, gets his sign. He's ready for the pitch. Espinoza will take off at first base and easily make it down to second. So we got runners second and third now. No outs, bottom of the first, and Tannen Sellers for the Lancaster All-Stars looking to add or get on the board, actually. Here's a pitch from Foster. Left it up high for ball 1. So 1-1 count here. Hey, you're keeping a pitch count, right? Did you announce it after the first? Okay. Here's a pitch for Foster. Swung on a foul bat. That might hit the press box. No, it looks like it gets by. So that'll be the first strikeout here on Tannen Sellers. 2-1 count. Or excuse me, 1-1 count looks like. Looks like Foster's ready, and here's the pitch. Barely misses the outside corner, and that'll fall for a ball. 2-2 count. 2-2 count here on Sellers. No outs. Leadoff hitter and Espinosa, the second batter, both on with leadoffs or singles. And here's the pitch to Sellers. Swung on a hard hit ball, and luckily third base coach for Lancaster gets out of the way. That was smoke foul on the third base line. So still a 2-2 count on the first baseman for Lancaster, Tannen Sellers. Runners on second and third. Foster gets a sign, and here's the pitch. A little outside, and that'll run the count full. 3-2 now on the third batter. Foster doesn't want to walk here because it will load the bases here in the bottom of the first if he does walk Sellers. Looks like he's ready. Here's a payoff pitch. Swung on and hit to the left side, and it'll fall in there for a single. One run will score, but they'll hold Espinosa at third. Mason Deese comes around and scores the first run of the game for Lancaster, and that'll tie the ball game up 1-1. Runners on first and third. Still no outs here in the bottom of the first. Stepping into the batter's box will be number 9, the second baseman, Hunter Gainey. Looks like Sellers will go ahead and take off. Pitcher doesn't even step off until he gets to second base. So quickly, Lancaster has runners on second and third again. Foster looks in, and here's your pitch from the stretch. Here it comes. In there for strike one. So 0-1 count here to the batter, Hunter Gainey. Looks like Foster's ready for that. Here's a pitch. Little inside, that'll be ball one. So 1-1 count here. No outs in the bottom of the first. First three batters for Lancaster are all getting on base with singles, one being an RBI single by Tannen Sellers. Here's the next pitch to Gainey. Swung on and hit to the left side of the third baseman. He'll look the second runner back and throw it to first, but in the dirt, and the ball will get by the first baseman. The Sellers would take off home, and that'll score 2 runs, one on with RBI, but the other on a throwing error by the third baseman for Lexington. So Lancaster will take a 3-1 lead now here in the bottom first. Still no outs. And stepping under the batter's box will be number 6, the left fielder, Banks Helms. That was a pretty routine play for the third baseman, but I think he overthought it, running the runner back to second and then throwing it in the dirt over to first base. But here's the pitch from Foster. High and inside for ball one. 1-0 count here. Still no outs in the bottom of the first. Foster from the stretch, he gets a sign. And here's the pitch. Right down. Never mind, I apologize. It must have been a little high. So 2-0 count now to the batter, Banks Helms. Foster's struggling a little bit here in the first inning. He is throwing strikes, but it looks like the Lancaster hitters have his number so far. Softly hit to the right side. The right fielder has a beat, but he drops it. And that'll be an error. They'll get a runner over to third base.
Now batting
so first and third now for Lancaster. Still no outs, and stepping into the batter's box will be number 22, the third baseman, Jeremy Dawkins. Dawkins hits from the left side here. So on the air, Lexington doesn't help themselves, and already down early here, 3-1 with no outs here in the bottom of the first. Runner at first takes off, and he'll easily make second without a throw. And that'll be in there for ball one. 1-0 count on Dawkins. Runners on second and third now. 3-1 score in favor of the Lancaster All-Stars. Foster's looking in and gets his pitch. Here it is. Hits Dawkins in the middle of the bat, but Dawkins will safely trot down to first base, and that'll load him up. Bases loaded here. No outs in the bottom of the first. Stepping into the batter's box, trying to help his own cause. The pitcher, number 5, Will Rape. Looks like we'll have time called here in the Lexington. All-Star coach will go out there and speak to his pitcher, Tyler Foster, along with the catcher, number 13, Blake Goins.
Ball hit to the left field, drops. Go home. He'll be safe. Runner advances from second to third.
Looks like we're ready to resume play. Foster will stay on the mound, and he's ready for his first pitch to the opposing pitcher, Will Rape.
Next up for Sumter will be.
And they're a little inside for ball 1. There's nowhere to put Will, so Foster's looking to make sure he either strikes out or puts the ball in play and give his defense a chance to help him out. The bases are juiced. Here's pitch from Foster, and it's low and outside. Falls behind 2-0, and the catcher throws the ball away, but nice play by the shortstop from Lexington, Hunter Huffman, backing up the pitcher, make sure a run doesn't come in to score. So 2-0 count here, no outs, bottom of the first, and here's the pitch, high and inside, and that'll be 3-0 now. So 3-0 on the batter, Will Rape. There's nowhere to put him, so a walk here will give another run to the Lancaster All-Stars. Here's the pitch. Inside corner for strike 1, so 3-1 count now. Foster's looking to battle back. Here's the pitch. Low and in the dirt, and that'll be ball 4, and a run will come around to score. Trotting home for Lancaster will be number 9, Hunter Gainey. So that's a 4-1 lead now for the Lancaster All-Stars, and Lexington's coach is back out there, and looks like he's going to have a pitching change. Looks like left fielder Bradley Vest is going to come on to pitch for Lexington. Get the time. I think it's the left fielder, Bradley Vest. Yeah.
Final pitch count for Todd Foster, 27. Lexington's new pitcher, Bradley Best, number 5. Now batting number 1. Now batting number 4.
Am I on, Rob, or you got me dead right now? Hey, Rob, you there? You got me on, or am I dead? All right, we're back here on field 3 at Oscar Frazier Park. New pitcher for Lexington will be number 5, Bradley Vest. He'll replace the starting pitcher, Todd Foster, who will replace him in left field. Now batting for Lancaster, and that was first pitch, sorry, a little behind here. Now batting for Lancaster will be number 21, Kyler McCormick. First pitch to Kyler was way outside for ball 1. It looks like Bradley Vest is ready for the stretch. Next pitch, another low ball 2. So 2-0 count here. No outs still in the bottom of the first. Lancaster leads 4-1. Their bats have come alive here in the bottom of the first. Next pitch is hit hard up the middle. The second baseman gather it, throw it to the shortstop, and get the runner on the way to second for out 1. Not before Lancaster scores another run to make it 5-1 in favor of the Lancaster All-Stars. 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Now stepping to the plate will be number 17, the catcher, Brody Sanders. McCormick gives leadoff first and takeoff. Pitches it high and inside for ball 1 to Sanders.
For the Lancaster All-Stars, number 17, Brody Sanders.
So runners now in second and third. 5-1 lead for Lancaster, looking to extend it. Only 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Next pitch to Sanders, hit over to the right side. Now we'll get another run in. First baseman bobbles it and looks like, and he'll throw it over the first baseman. Error on the play, and McCormick will come around to score as well. 2 runs score on the play, 1 on a RBI ground out. Second is on an error by the first baseman. So run is now, the score is now 7-1 in favor of Lancaster. 1 out here in the bottom of the first, and Lancaster will return to the top of the lineup. Number 7, Mason Deese, will step back in the box. He led off the bottom of the first with a single and came around to score earlier on. Pickoff made over to first, and he overthrows the first baseman, but luckily hits hard off the fence and comes right back to him. Runner Brody Sanders will stay put. Lancaster's really put it on here in the bottom of the first, hitting the hard balls left and right, putting the ball in play to put a lot of pressure on the Lexington defense. Another pickoff move, and it gets by the first baseman again. Sanders will stay put, though. Didn't get too far by him. I would probably still record it just in case. Next pitch is in the dirt. They'll let the runner get over second as it scoots by the catcher, Blake Goins. So runner on second now, 1-0 count to the leadoff batter, Mason Deese. Vest looks on and gets a sign from the catcher. Here's the pitch. Swung on and hit hard back of the middle. That'll get through. We'll see if the third base coach sends him, and he will. There'll be a throw to the plate, but cut off by Vest, the pitcher. And Sanders will slide in safely. Deese with an RBI single there to extend the lead to 8-1 for the Lancaster All-Stars.
Number 4, Joaquin Espinoza.
Next up, the battle will be number 4, Joaquin Espinoza. He has a single already this inning, along with a run scored. Mason Deese, the runner on second base. 8-1 lead for Lancaster. Here's the pitch from Vest. Low and outside, gets by the catcher, and Deese will scamper over to third base. So runner on third base now, 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Vest looks on and gets the sign, and here's the pitch over Espinoza's head. Luckily, he gets down in time before it hits him. So 2-0 count to Espinoza. Here's a pitch in the dirt. Ball 3. So quickly behind 3-0 to the shortstop, Joaquin Espinoza. Like to take this short time the catcher's gone out and talk to his pitcher. Thank all of our sponsors, Station 300, Wendy's, Local Pie. I'd like to thank the County Channel for what they do and getting these games recorded for all the players. Espinoza shows bunt, pitches in there for a strike. 3-1 count now, 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. Here's a pitch from Vest, low and outside, ball 4. So Espinoza will trot down to first base. Runners now on first and third. Now stepping on the bat, the first baseman, number 23, Tanner Sellers. RBI single so far, ain't a run score for Sellers. Espinoza will take off, Throw down to second will not be in time from the pitcher stepped off, but Lancaster extremely aggressive on the base pass. Half the reason why they've built an 8-1 lead real early on here in the bottom of the first. Here's the pitch to Sellers, low and inside for ball one.
Now batting, number 13, Jackson Brown.
Next pitch from Vest, hit hard to the shortstop. He nabs it, drops it, picks it up, and will throw to first in time for out number 2. But Mason Deese comes home to score to make the score 9-1 in favor of Lancaster. So we have a runner on third now, 2 outs here, bottom of the first inning, and stepping in the batter's box being number 9, Hunter Gainey. Looks like Bradley Vest is ready, and here's a pitch high and inside for ball one. 1-0 count here to Gainey. 9-1 lead for the Lancaster All-Stars. Here's a pitch from Vest. Swung on, and that'll be in there for a strike. 1-1 count now. 2 outs, bottom of the first. Siding first inning. A lot of hard hit balls, and Lancaster, like I said, has put a lot of pressure on the Lexington All-Stars. Curveball looks like it hangs up there a little bit for ball 2. 2-1 count now on the second baseman, Hunter Gainey. Here's the pitch. Hit and popped up in the infield. First baseman calls the pitcher off, and that'll be out number 3 for Lexington, but not before Lancaster hammers home 9 runs. So after 1, your score is 9-1 in favor of the Lancaster All-Stars. We'll move on to the top of the second. You're on the County Channel. All right, back here at Oscar Frazier Park, field number 3, ready for the top of the second inning. Lancaster versus Lexington, and Lancaster's taking a 9-1 lead after the bottom of the first. Stepping in the batter's box for Lexington, it will be number 18, William Matthews, the first baseman. He hits a hard hit ball left side, but foul. Pitcher Will Rape for Lancaster had a pretty easy first inning, gave up a couple hits, but only 1 run, and his offense came to play for him in the bottom of the first. Got him a 9-1 comfortable lead. Here's the next pitch from Rape, in there for strike 2. So quickly ahead of the hitter William Matthews, 0-2. William swung on and missed, but it gets by the catcher. Catcher will safely throw it to first base for out 1. So quickly 1 down here in the top of the second inning. Next up to bat will be number 2, the right fielder Cameron Miller for Lexington. Cameron's favorite food is steak, and favorite team is the Atlanta Braves. he does like playing basketball as well. Here's the pitch to Cameron. Swung on and fouled back for strike one. 0-1 here. One out in the top of the second. Lancaster's got a comfortable 9-1 lead here in the top of the second inning. Here's a pitch from Rape. Swung on and missed for strike two. So Will Rape, the starting pitch for Lancaster, is pounding the zone early and often here. And he's ready for the next pitch from the stretch. Curveball, a little low though for ball one. Cameron Miller did a good job holding off from swinging at that one. Here's the next pitch. And swung on and missed for strike three. So quickly, Lancaster gets 2 outs here in the top of the second.
All-Star team, number 19, Tyler Bird.
Next up to bat will be number 19, the DH, Tyler Bird. Here's a pitch to Tyler. Swung on and softly hit to the left side. Shortstop will pick it up and throw it all over to the first base for out 3. And that would be a quick second inning for the Lancaster All-Stars. Will Ray, starting pitcher, is doing a good job making sure he holds that lead for him. We'll move on to the bottom of the second inning. Your score is still 9-1 in the favor of Lancaster All-Stars. You're here on the County Channel. All right, we're back here on the County Channel, ready for the bottom of the second inning here on Field 3 at Oscar Frazier Park. Score is 9-1. Lancaster's leading Lexington. Stepping into the batter's box for Lancaster to lead off will be number 6, Banks Helms. Here's the first pitch to Banks from the pitcher Bradley Vest, and that is laced to left center field. Good play, though, by the center fielder running over to catch it for out 1. Nice play by Landon Alexander out there. He had to run a long way to catch that ball. Next up to bat will be number 22, Jeremy Dawkins.
For your Lancaster All-Star team, number 22, Jeremy Dawkins.
So we got 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Lexington hoping to have a short inning here and get back in and try to score some runs. Here's first pitch to Dawkins, low and outside for ball 1. We had a good time last night at the banquet and opening ceremonies. I think all the players and coaches and fans did as well. Swung on and fouled off. 1-1 count now here to the third baseman for Lancaster, Jeremy Dawkins. I think Jeremy might be the only left-handed hitter we've had so far in the game. Here's the next pitch to Dawkins, high outside for ball 2. 2-1 count to Dawkins. Bradley Vest has come on last inning to relieve starting pitcher Todd Foster, hoping to stop some of the bleeding from the rally they had in the first inning. Here's the next pitch to Dawkins, and that'll be outside again for ball 3. 3-1 count now. 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. Your score is 9-1 in favor of the Lancaster All-Stars. Here's the next pitch for Dawkins. Swung on and hit hard to the right side. Nice play by the first baseman, William Matthews for Lexington. That was a nice stat. That was a hard hit ball by Dawkins. But that'll be 2 outs now here in the bottom of the second. A little bit. You're right. Now batting will be the starting pitcher for Lancaster, Will Rape. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. First pitch to Rape is inside for ball 1. Lexington's calmed down here a little bit. We see Vest has come on and thrown a lot of strikes here so far, trying to quickly get out of this bottom of the second inning. Here's the pitch in the dirt for ball 2. 2-0 count here to Will Rape. It's going to be a sunny day all day today. Going to be a hot one, though. Hardly any breeze in sight as well. Here's the pitch for Vest. Inside, falls behind 3-0 to the batter, Will Rape.
Run scores. And to play the second base.
Here's the pitch from Vest. High and inside, and that'll be ball 4. So Lancaster has the first runner on of the inning.
Next up to bat, number 21, Kyler.
And now batting for Lancaster will be number 21, Kyler McCormick. Kyler scored a run last inning for Lancaster. Here's Vest from the stretch. Throws over to first. Almost throws another one away. He's having a tough time with his pickoff move. I think he might want to try to stick to throwing it to the plate. He's already thrown a couple away, and here's another pickoff move, not in time as well. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. You would think they want to make sure to try to get out of the inning without any damage, so to worry about the hitter. Runner takes off, hit to the right side. Nice piece of hitting by McCormick. Runner on first with round second and take off to third base. Nice hit and run piece of hitting by the batter, number 21, Kyler McCormick. So that'll be a single. Runners now on first and third. Now stepping up to bat will be number 17, Brody Sanders. Looks like Lexington coach will come back out, call time, and talk to his pitcher, Vest. Vest quickly got 2 outs in the inning, but then walked a batter and then just gave up a hit. And coach is looking to calm them down because they don't need any more damage. Already down 9-1 so far in the game.
From this Dixie State tournament at localsports.com. Go ahead, sir. 3 for 24, thank you.
All right, looks like we're ready to resume play. Runners on first and third. Here's first pitch to Sanders. In there for a strike. Runner takes off to second, but Lexington All-Stars will let them stand up safely. So runners on second and third now here in the bottom of the second. 0-1 count on the batter, the catcher, Brody Sanders. Here's the next pitch to Brody. Swung on and hit to center field. Looks like the center field has a beat on it, and that will be out number 3. So good job, Bradley Vest, the pitcher for Lexington that inning. No runs for the Lancaster All-Stars. So we'll move on to the top of the third. Your score is Lancaster 9, Lexington 1. We're here on the County Channel. We'll see you in a minute. right, back here on the County Channel. Junior Boys State Tournament, field number 3 at Oscar Frazier Park. Your score is 9-1 in favor of the Lancaster All-Stars, but Lexington is coming back out of bat, trying to cut into this deficit here in the top of the third. Leading off will be number 8, back to the top of the lineup, and Hunter Huffman, the shortstop for Lexington. So here's the first pitch, and it's a little outside for ball 1. So 1-0 count. Still pitching for Lancaster is Will Rape, only giving up 1 run so far in the game. Here's the next pitch from Will, high and almost hits Huffman for ball 2. So it falls behind 2-0 here early on to Huffman. Next pitch from Rape, and it's popped up in the infield. Shortstop Espinoza will call for it. And there's out number 1 here in the top of the third. So 1 out here, and next up to bat will be now the pitcher for Lexington, number 5, Bradley Vest, looking to help his own cause out. Come on, and he stopped the bleeding a little bit in the second inning. Pitch is hit out of left field, and that is quickly 2 outs here in the top of the third.
Next up to bat for your Lexington All-Star team.
Will Rape doesn't waste any time out there on the mound, quickly works, which we're okay with up here. Next up the bat will be number 21, Nick Romanelli, swung on, big cut right there by Romanelli, second baseman for Lexington. When asked what he would want to do when he grows up, Nicholas said, "I don't know yet." You got plenty of time there, young man. Here's the next pitch, low and outside, 1-1 count. Here, 2 outs within the top of the third inning. Here's the pitch, low and in the dirt. I'll run the count to 2-1. Next pitch from Rape, swung on and popped to the right side. Right fielder will come on, and he will make the catch, and that'll be another quick half inning. No runs there. Lexington will go down in order, 1, 2, 3. We'll move on to the bottom of the third. Lancaster will look to extend their 9-1 lead so far. We'll see in a minute. You're here on the County Channel. All right, we're back and ready for action here in the bottom of the third. 9-1 lead in favor of Lancaster. We're here at field number 3, game 1 of the Junior Boys State Tournament. We're back up to the top of the lineup for Lancaster, number 7 Mason Deese. Now pitching for Lexington is number 36 Milton Johnson. First pitch from Johnson is in there for strike 1. Johnson's favorite food is Texas barbecue, and he wants to be a computer engineer when he grows up. Must be a really smart kid. Favorite team is the Astros. Next pitch swung on and fouled off to the backstop. Quickly ahead of the hitter, 0-2 is Johnson. Mason Deese already has a couple hits and a couple runs on the day, I think. Leadoff batter for the Lancaster All-Stars. Looks like both are ready from the stretch. Here's a pitch from Johnson. High and outside for ball 1. No outs here in the top of the third inning.
Now batting number 13, Jackson Brown.
Here's a pitch from Johnson. Swung on and missed, and that'll be strike 3. So Johnson comes in and quickly gets one out here for his Lexington All-Star team. Next up to bat will be number 4, Joaquin Espinoza.
Now batting number 4, Joaquin Espinoza.
So one out now. Espinoza looking in there. He's ready for his pitch. Tap, check swing. Pitcher cannot grab it. Second baseman comes on, but not in time. The throw is not in time, and Espinoza beats it out for an infield single. Good effort there by the pitcher, Milton Johnson, but just could not get there in time. It was a check swing base hit. Next up to bat will be number 23, Tannen Sellers. So runner on first base for Lancaster now. One out here in the top of the third, or excuse me, bottom of the third. I apologize. We're in the bottom of the third. Pickoff move by Johnson. Not in time. Espinoza will stand and walk back in safely.
Now batting number 22, TJ Curley.
Johnson looking in for his sign. Looks like he's ready, and here's the pitch. Espinoza will take off, and there will not be a throw. It'll be a easy stolen base for Espinoza. So runner now in scoring position, 1-0 count now on the batter, Sellers. Here's a pitch from Milton Johnson. Swung on and fouled back to the backstop. 1-1 count. Looks like we're ready for the next pitch. No step off, pick off moving. It is thrown out into center field. Espinoza will get up and take off to third, but he will stay put there. I don't know, but if it was me, if I was the Lexington coach, I'd have a talk with my pitchers about not worrying about so much about the runners. That's the third or fourth pickoff move that has gotten by whatever player they're throwing to. But here's a 1-1 pitch to Sellers. Left up a little high for ball 2. 2-1 count now. Runner on third base. One out here in the bottom of the third. Lancaster looking to extend their lead. They're up 9-1 now over the Lexington All-Stars. Here's the next pitch from Johnson. High and outside, ball 3. So behind 3-1 now on the hitter, Tannen Sellers. Tannen's already got 1 or 2 hits in the game and a run scored. Here's a pitch from Johnson. Swung on and hit. Lazy fly ball to center field. Runner will tag from third, though. Here's a throw, and it will not be in time, and that'll extend the lead to 10-1 for Lancaster. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. So 10-1 score now. Stepping to the plate is number 9, Hunter Gainey, for the Lancaster All-Stars. Nobody on base now. Looking to start up a 2-out rally here. hit hard to the shortstop. Shortstop makes a nice play, throws over to first and gets them in time for out 3. Nice play by the Lexington All-Stars shortstop Hunter Huffman. And that'll be 3 outs, and we'll move on to the top of the 4th, but not before Lancaster extends their lead to 10-1. We'll be back here in a minute. You're on the County Channel. Ready for the top of the 4th inning here at field number 3, Oscar Frazier Park, here on the County Channel. We appreciate everybody tuning in. So far, Lancaster's played very well in this game, up 10-1 over Lexington at the moment. Lexington up the bat, though. Leading off for Lexington All-Stars will be number 25, Landon Alexander. First pitch is in there for ball 1. Will Rape still the pitcher on the mound for Lancaster All-Stars. Here's the next pitch. Check swing right back to the pitcher. Rape will nab it and throw on to first for out 1. So quickly 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Next up to the bat will be number 42, Bristol Shannon. Bristol's favorite baseball team is Pittsburgh Pirates' favorite sports idol is Andrew McCutcheon. Bristol wants to be a military, police officer, or firefighter when he grows up. First pitch in there for strike 1 to Bristol. Here's the pitch to Bristol. Hit hard down the left field line. That'll get in there. Bristol take a big turn but head back to first base. Nice job by the Lancaster left fielder, Banks Helms, keeping the hitter from the Lexington All-Stars at first base. That was a hard hit ball that I thought Helms would be able to get over to second base, but he could not. Not Helms. Shannon would be able to get over to second base, but Bristol could not do so. Now at the bat will be number 13, Blake Goins. Runner on first base, 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Here's the first pitch to Goins, and it's outside for ball 1. Goins' favorite food is shrimp. And he wants to be an Air Force mechanic when he grows up. Good pitch, good all-speed pitch there by Will Rape, and it's in there for strike 1. 1-1 count, 1 out here. Runner on first base for Lexington, hoping to somehow cut into this deficit. Here's the next pitch. A little outside for ball 2. 2-1 count now on Blake Goins, the catcher for the Lexington All-Stars. Next pitch in to Goins, and it's low for ball 3. So Goins is ahead in the count 3-1 now. They need some base runners. Has not been many since the first inning. Low and outside, ball 4. So now Lexington has something cooking. Runners on first and second, only 1 out here in the top of the 4th. And then coming on the bat will be number 18, the first baseman, William Matthews, whose favorite sports idol is Christian Wilkins. Must be a Clemson fan. Obviously, Christian now playing for the Dolphins, I believe. Pickoff move, but no throw. Bristol Shannon will slide in safely to second. Runners on first and second yet again. One out here in the top of the fourth, and here's the pitch from Will Rape. Low and outside, nice block by the catcher for Lancaster, Brody Sanders, to keep any runners from advancing. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball two, so behind the count now, 2-0. Will Rape was cruising the last few innings here, but seems to have a hard time finding strike zone last two batters. Outside corner for strike one, so he finds there 2-1 count now on the batter, William Matthews. Here's the pitch. Hit the left side. Line drive caught by the third baseman. When he tries to throw the second for the double play, it hits the runner, but the runner won't be able to get up in advance after. Good play by the third baseman, Jeremy Dawkins, for Lancaster. So that's 2 outs now here in the top of the fourth inning.
For your Lexington All-Star team, number 2, Cameron Miller.
Oh, no. Yeah, batting now will be number 36, Milton Johnson.
My apologies, now batting number 36, Milton Johnson.
Hey, I guess when the false, that's what they got to tell their changes. They didn't tell their changes whenever he came in the pitch. So Milton Johnson, the pitcher, up for Lexington, trying to help his cause here. Runners on first and second. 2 outs, though, here in the top of the fourth. Chopper back up the middle. Espinoza will field it and toss it over to second base for out 3. And that'll do it for the top of the fourth inning. And Lexington All-Stars, they'll leave 2 runners stranded. No runs in the inning, and we'll move on to the bottom of the fourth. Your score is Lancaster 10, Lexington 1. We are on the County Channel. All right, back here on the County Channel. First game here for the Junior Boys State Tournament. Lancaster's way ahead at the moment. Your score is 10-1. Lancaster 10, Lexington 1, and we're ready for the bottom of the fourth. Coming to the plate will be number 14, Roman Plyler. He'll be batting for number 6, Banks Helms. Here's the next pitch from Johnson. High for ball 2. 2-0 count now here to Roman Plyler. Johnson's still your pitcher. Yeah, let's just make sure any coaches that come up here to give their lineup cards, we make sure, hey, you got to give your changes. That's in there for strike 1. 2-1 count now on the new hitter, Roman Plyler. Johnson looks in, he'll get his sign, and here's the pitch. Outside for ball 3, so 3-1 count now here in the bottom of the fourth. No outs. Here's the next pitch from Johnson, way outside, and that'll be ball 4. So Lancaster gets the leadoff batter on once again. I think that's 3 of the 4 innings they've gotten the leadoff batter on. Next up to bat will be number 1, JT Gandy. He'll be pinch hitting or replacing number 22, Jeremy Dawkins. Raymond, are they telling y'all subs over there? Are they giving y'all subs over there? They're not giving us over there. Next, first pitch is in there for ball 1 to the new hitter, JT Gandy. Runner on first base, no outs here in the bottom of the fourth. Here's the pitch from Johnson. Swung on and tapped foul. That'll be strike 1. 1-1 count now on Gandy. I'm assuming that Milt Johnson, the pitcher, is from Texas. His favorite team's the Astros. Favorite food is Texas barbecue. Next pitch from Johnson's low and inside for ball 2. And his favorite sports idol is Jason Witten. Just so happened all of his sports and food related are from Texas. So here's the next pitch. Johnson's a little way outside. That's ball 3. 3-1 count now on the hitter, JT Gandy. Runner on first base. Lexington doesn't need any more runners on here, trying to hold on here for dear life. Next pitch from Johnson, high for ball 4. So 2 batters, 2 walks. So now we have runners on first and second here in the bottom of the fourth, and the next hitter will be the pitcher for Lancaster, Will Wright, but it looks like Lexington will make a pitching change. The center fielder, Landon Alexander, looks like he'll trot in and replace Milton Johnson, the pitcher on the mound. Todd Foster, the right fielder, will move over to center field, and Milton Johnson will head over to right field. And that's accurate. Yeah, the new pitcher, Landon Alexander, for the Lexington All-Stars.
New pitcher for the Lexington All-Stars, number 25, Landon Alexander.
You go ahead and cut it off. I mean, Chip.
Now batting number 13, Jackson Brown.
ready here, back for action. New pitcher Lane Alexander on the mound for Lexington. We'll have runners on first and second base, bottom of the fourth. No outs, and the batter Will Rape for Lancaster. Here's the pitch, high for ball one. Yeah, Lancaster's done a great job this game so far of getting ahead, staying ahead. They're looking to try to end this game early. It's a hot one, so I'm sure they want the rest of the day. Next pitch is way high and inside for ball two. The catcher for Lexington, Bristol Shannon now. Nice play by him to keep it from going to the backstop. Next pitch coming from Alexander. Another one high and inside. That'll be ball three, so falls behind 3-0 now to the batter, Will Rape. Runners already at first and second. No outs here in the bottom of the fourth. They definitely don't need to fall behind anymore. Here's the next pitch in there, and that'll be strike one. So 3-1 count now, no outs. Bottom of the fourth inning here at Oscar Frazier Park in Bluffton, South Carolina. Looks like Alexander's ready from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Low and outside, ball four, so that'll load them up for the next batter. Looks like we'll have another pitch hitter. Number 10, Colby Watts.
Number 10, Colby Waits.
Excuse me, Colby Waits. My name is Watts. Made a mistake there. So next batter, number 10, Colby Waits. Bases are loaded for Colby. No outs here, bottom of the fourth. And here's the first pitch in the dirt. Nice play by the catcher to keep in front of him. That'll be ball one. W-A-I-T-S. So 1-0 count to Waits. And here's the pitch from Alexander. High and inside. That'll be ball two. Falls behind 2-0. There's nowhere to put him out there, so a walk will score another run for the Lancaster All-Stars, up in this game 10-1 so far. From the stretch, here's the pitch from Alexander. Swung on, tap to the shortstop. Shortstop come up, fire it home, and the catcher will be able to hold his foot on home plate for out one. Force out there. That'll be one out now here in the bottom of the fourth. The infield is playing in for the Lexington All-Stars, making sure they do not give up any more runs. Anything hitting the infield, they're going to try to throw it home for an out. Next bat of the bat will be Brody Sanders. One out here. Bases are still loaded. Alexander gets a sign, and here's the pitch. Swung on, gets by the catcher, excuse me. Runner will stay put at third base. So quickly 0-1 count here to Sanders. Alexander's looking in. Sanders is ready at the plate, and here's the pitch. Swung on, and that's hit to the second baseman. He'll fire home as well, and that'll be 2 outs. So great job by the new pitcher, Landon Alexander, coming in and quickly getting 2 outs here and holding Lancaster scoreless at the moment, but stepping up to the plate will be back to the leadoff hitter, number 7, Mason Deese. And Mason Deese has been on base twice so far and scored twice. He does have a strikeout as well, but he has 2 hits in this game. Bases are still loaded, but there's 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth. Here's the pitch to Deese. Outside corner for strike one, 0-1 count. As I said, Lexington's new pitcher, Landon Alexander, has done a great job getting 2 ground outs here, holding Lancaster scoreless so far in the bottom of the fourth. Here's the pitch, high for ball one. So that'll even the count up at 1-1 to Deese, the right fielder for Lancaster. Here's the next pitch to Deese. That one's high as well, 2-1. 2-1 count now, and like I said, the bases are still loaded, so there's nowhere to put them. Here's the pitch from Alexander. Swung on and popped up. Will it stay in? And it will. Oh, but the catcher will not be able to make the play. So that'll even the count at 2-2. Deese will live to see another pitch. Good hustle over there. That was a long run by the catcher, Bristol Shannon. Almost getting over there in time for the catch, but couldn't make it. So 2-2 count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Landon Alexander's ready, and here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled off to the left side. That might even make it all the way to field 2. So Deese is battling up there. Here's a pitch from Alexander. Swung on and ripped to the left side. Now that's going to stay fair. That's going to score 1. That's going to score 2, and it might end up clearing the bases. Deese is taking off to third, and he'll come home. He'll stand up in the third with a base clearing 3 RBI triple for Mason Deese. What a shot down the third base line that was. And that'll end the ball game. So it is 10 after 4. Yeah. So that's a 13-1 win for the Lancaster All-Stars. They'll line up and shake hands. And that's your ball game?
And that's your ball games, folks. Please, each team line up on the foul line and get ready to shake hands.
You don't have to announce that. Just say the final score is 13-1. All right, so 13-1 win for the Lancaster All-Stars here in Game 1. We'll see you here in a little while for Game 2. We're set for 12 o'clock p.m. You're here on the County Channel. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in.